Very good morning, children. Welcome to the online classes of English. Today we are going to do the revision of relative pronouns. So let's start with the definition of the relative pronoun first. The relative pronouns refers to a noun that has gone before it. The noun it refers to is called its antecedent. So pronoun is something which defines a noun, and a relative pronoun is a pronoun which refers to a noun that has gone before it. Just before the noun, the word which is describing the noun, it is known as the antecedent of the refers to the noun it refers to is called the antecedent. So in a sentence, if there is a noun and a pronoun which is defining the noun is placed just before the noun, it is said the pronoun relative pronoun, and the noun which it refers is called the antecedent. Like relative pronouns are also used to relate two sentences. Suppose there are two examples, let us see it one by one. The first one is I met the author who wrote this book. That means here in this sentence there are two sentences. The first one, I met the author, and the second one is who wrote this book. So suppose if there are two sentences, I met the author, and the second one is he wrote this book. So now I have to join the two sentences in this way. I met the author who wrote this book. So this way, using the pronoun who, we can join two different sentences to one. The second example is, this is the dress that my mother bought. So this is the dress is the first sentence, and my mother bought is the second sentence. Now we are joining both the sentences using the pronoun that. Now in these two sentences, who and that are the relative pronouns. In the first sentence, man is the antecedent of who, and in the second sentence, dress is the antecedent of that. So since you can see the pronouns are underlined over here, so what is the noun in the first sentence? So the first sentence is the author. So author is the antecedent. Author is the antecedent of the pronoun who, and in the second sentence, dress is the antecedent of the pronoun that, because that is referring to the dress. Now who, whom, whose, which, and that are relative pronouns. So these are some of the words which are relative pronouns. Now let us see what type of pronouns are they. Who is the nominative form of relative pronoun, whom is the subjective form of relative pronoun, and whose is the possessive form of relative pronoun. Now all these are coming from the single word, that is who. From who we are getting whom, from who only we are getting whose. So let's see some of the examples. The first one is, meet Suraj who has topped the class. So there are two sentences, meet Suraj, the second is Suraj has topped the exam. Now we can join the two sentences using the word who here. So after joining the sentence, it becomes meet Suraj who has topped the exam. Now here the word who is the relative pronoun which is relating both the sentences. Second one, this is my friend whom you met last month. So I'm talking about my friend and whom you met last month. So here I am referring, the pronoun whom is referring the friend, is relating the friend with the sentence. Now this is Ria whose room is painted pink. So here the word room is the noun and the pronoun is whose. So we are talking about the noun Ria here. So whose will be the pronoun and Ria will be the antecedent. Now there are certain points. Let's see all the points one by one. You can see there are star marks. So now since this class was already done before, this is a revision class, no need to write these things in your copy again. Just go through the video and understand the concept. So when the antecedent are animals and inanimate, that is non-living things, object, we use the relative pronoun which. So when the antecedent are animals or anything which is non-living, in that case we use the relative pronoun which. Now let us clear a point by the examples. The first example is, this is the tiger which is bought from Africa. So this is the tiger which is bought. So when there are animals, in that case we use which. And second sentence, I have a dress which is made of silk. Again, a dress is a non-living object. In that case we use which. So for animals and for non-living object both, we use the relative pronoun which. Now the second point is the relative pronoun who combines two sentences, as we have already done it before. So the relative pronoun who combines two different sentences. Like here I have splitted the sentence into two parts and then showed you how to join it using who. The first part is, I met a teacher, and the second sentence is, he takes French classes. So now this can be joined. These two sentences can be joined using the pronoun who. How? So after joining the sentence, the combined sentence becomes, I met a teacher who takes French classes. So this is the actual sentence here after joining two short sentences. Now the third one, the relative pronoun that joins the two parts of a sentence. Like, this is the dress that my mother bought. Now in the second part, the second star mark, you can see here also we are joining two sentences, and the third point we are joining two sentences, but the difference is here we are joining two different sentences to one, and here we are joining two different parts of the same sentence. That means both the sentences are related to each other. The first sentence is, this is the dress, and the second sentence is, my mother bought it. So we are joining two different sentences, and then two different sentences of the same sentence to one. Like you can see, this is the dress, my mother bought it. Both the sentences are related to the dress only. This is the dress means I'm talking about a dress, and my mother bought it means my mother bought the dress. So here both the sentences could be joined using the pronoun that and not who. So I hope children you understood where to use who and where to use that. These 2 points are a little bit confusing, but let me repeat it once again. So when to use the relative pronoun who and when to use the relative pronoun that. When there are two different sentences of different parts, that means both the sentences have no relations at all. Both the sentences are different. In this case, we are joining the two sentences using who. But here we are joining two different sentences of the same part. That means both the sentences are interrelated. Two interrelated sentences are joined together using the pronoun that. So these are the 3 points which you need to remember when you are studying about relative pronouns. So this is the only theory which you need to know about relative pronouns. So I will be giving you a homework which you are going to solve it, and in our next class we are going to discuss about the exercise and then move on with the next revision. So let's stop here today. Have a good day. Thank you.